They both have a big pixel-packed display, they both have a great camera, and they both have expandable storage and removable battery. So which one's the best for you? Let's find out in this LG G3 vs Samsung Galaxy Note 4. In terms of design, neither of the two distances much from its predecessor. Same button placement on the back for the LG G3, same artificial leather coating for the Note 4. However, the Samsung's device took a step forward as for build quality, replacing the fake metal band on the sides with an aluminum one that definitely feels more premium and more durable. Comparing them side by side, you'll see that the Note is both taller and wider because of the slightly bigger display and physical home button, but it's also somewhat thinner. Neither of the two can be described as compact, but as for comfort, the G3 wins hands down, being almost as small as a 5.5 inches device, also thanks to the rounded edges that make it more ergonomic. On the other hand, the Note 4 delivers an incomparably more premium feeling thanks to the metal band and the pleasant looking back cover. No Samsung's flagship would be a real flagship if it didn't have one of the best cameras on the market, and the Note 4 is no exception to this rule. The 16-megapixel sensor makes for some crispy photos and videos, and the OIS helps both in terms of video quality and low-light shooting. Colors are a little on the saturated side, as usual for Samsung, but they look good overall, and the HDR does a good job in difficult situations. However, the G3 is by no means lagging behind. The 13-megapixel sensor is slightly inferior theoretically, especially if you consider that for 16:9 photos you'll have to drop that to 10 megapixels, but if you don't zoom in too much you probably won't see much of a difference. If I had to pick one, I'd still go for the Note 4, but the G3 is not disappointing by any means. According to your specific market, the Note 4 will have a different processor. Snapdragon 805 quad-core in some cases, Exynos octa-core in the others. In both cases, you'll have it accompanied by 3 GB of RAM, more than enough for everyday activities and even for gaming and the like. On the other side, the G3's Snapdragon 801 is inferior just on paper, delivering a just as smooth, if not smoother, experience. Where the G3 falls short, however, is heat dissipation. More than once you'll find yourself noticing how warm the device becomes after extended periods of usage, but more on that later. Anyways, neither of the two has the usual snappiness typical of the latest Full HD devices, such as the Moto X 2013 or the OnePlus One, but they both are satisfyingly fast for every reasonable use. So, as we just hinted, neither of the two has a Full HD display. At a whopping 1440 by 2560 resolution on both sides, you'll have a difficult time saying which one's crispier. With 5.7 inches for the Note and 5.5 for the G3, the LG device should have a slight advantage on paper, but if you're looking for some differences, you'll have to look to colors and brightness. While the G3 delivers much more natural and true-to-life colors, the Note 4 has the usual oversaturated tones of the AMOLED displays. This results in visuals that are generally more appealing on the Note 4, but also heavier on the eyes, while the G3 can be looked at for hours without any problem. The Samsung's device is also capable of a much dimmer minimum and a higher maximum brightness, being more easily visible outdoors. If you're looking for a media player, both are plenty capable, but the Note 4 does get a slight edge. And speaking of media reproduction, neither of the two will offer a great audio experience, with their rear-facing single speakers. They both are really loud though, with the LG G3 having an advantage because of the 1A amplifier. The quality delivered will be sure enough for simple video watching, but as for music listening, these are not it. If you're looking for a Nexus-like experience, look elsewhere. TouchWiz and LG's UI are not exactly stock Android, both in terms of look and performances. Samsung's counterpart will offer lots of features, bright colors and a cartoony interface, resulting in a laggier and less polished experience than Google intended it to be. LG is far from vanilla Android 2, but it has smoothed out its experience throughout the years, and if compared to TouchWiz, it will offer you a faster, more easy on the eyes user experience. That also proves noteworthy in the update department, where LG appears much prompter than its counterpart. They now both have Android 5.0 Lollipop, but as soon as any major update comes out, I'd bet on the G3 getting it first. Big phones carry big batteries, and these two make no exception. 3220 mAh battery for the Note 4, 3000 for the G3. If you're looking for a meaningful difference, you won't find it on paper. However, the Note 4 takes the lead for two main reasons. One, it comes with built-in fast charging, and two, it doesn't suffer the overheating the G3 is affected by after extensive periods of use. This means in everyday life that the Note 4 will likely last about 1 hour or even more of screen on time more than the G3. LG and Samsung are by now also known for their expandability and customization. Both the G3 and the Note 4 sport a removable back cover, which gives you access to the removable battery and the expandable storage, so neither of the two options will disappoint. However, it is important to highlight that in our experience the Note 4 has slower response times and an unbearable delay in the lock screen when an SD card is inserted, giving a great advantage to the G3 in this case. So at the end of the day, why should you pick one over the other? The G3 delivers an overall smoother software experience, a more compact body that makes for a more comfortable one-handed usage, and has no major lack in its inventory of features. On the other hand, the Note 4 has an arguably more enjoyable screen, a more premium build and a better processor and camera. What really sets these phones apart are the $200 of difference in price, but if that is not a problem, you're probably better off with the Note 4.